Hey folks, welcome back to the Rockin' Sea Homestead. My name's Lance. I want to welcome you to our channel, and as you can see, our tomato plants are out of control. And today we're going to show you how we take care of this throughout the season. Trimming, pruning, staking, all those things. We're going to talk about it right here. Stay tuned. Man, these tomato plants are definitely out of control. We really haven't been able to have a chance to come out here in the garden the last week and really work on these, and it is definitely showing. But let me kind of show you some of the tools that we use. What we like to do is get a good pair of clippers or scissors. I like the ones with a little pointy end to them that are really, both of them are nice and pointy. This way you can get in here in real tight corners and be able to snip off some of the limbs. And then especially as we're growing them up, and we're growing them up our trellis, we like to use these little clips, and these clips just hook into the plant, and then you can click it onto the trellis and they're good to go. And then if I ever need a stake, we've been using these bamboo sticks. I think they come in about 4 foot, but you can cut them down smaller if you need that. And we'll probably use a little bit of all those as we go through this today. But typically what I'll do is start at the bottom and kind of work my way up. So you see on this plant right here, there is the main stalk, and right down here at the very bottom, there's something growing. I'm never gonna let that grow out, so I'll just come in here, clip that off, I'm good to go. And then I kind of look, so this next stalk down that comes off, comes over here, but we have a tomato there. So I'm not gonna mess with that. Just going to leave it like it is. Sometimes I'll come over here, look at it this way, and this one just didn't have anything. It was one of those suckers. So what a sucker is, if you have a main branch like this right here, main branch coming up, and right in the armpit of a branches, there's one that's growing out, like right there. So those normally you just want to trim off, no matter if they're big or small, at least at some point. Now, if you let them get too big, they're going to start growing out and vining off just like a regular tomato plant, so you don't want to be careful with that. But yeah, so I'll just start looking at how I want to trim this. So this right here is a perfect example of what a sucker is. So you have the main stalk, you have a branch that's coming out of the side of it, and then you got this one right in the armpit. And those are the ones that I want to trim out. Now that one was a pretty long one, but you see there's another one right here. And if they're small like that, pretty much you can just pull them off. But as they get bigger is when they're a little bit harder to pull up. So I just kind of look through here, and some of these limbs that are on this side of our trellis, sometimes I will just trim these back, and just to make sure we have plenty of walkway through here. There's plenty of leaves and plenty of foliage on this side. That's where the sun comes up anyways. Just to kind of give us room, I will maybe trim some of these big leaves, like this one will be gone. I'll trim all of this. So this is kind of a before, and here in a little bit we'll show you what the after is going to look like. But it's going to clean all of this up, all these loose knobs like this or branches. We're going to try to stick those back and attach them to the trellis, just like that. See how this one's kind of real wobbly? We'll come in here, trim that baby up, put them up over here, clip them, and he's good to go. He's nice and sturdy, and they're ready to grow. This one here, probably do the same. However, I want to maybe clip this one up since this was coming about halfway through the walkway. And of course, this beast over here needs a lot of work. But that's what I'm going to do. And we better get working here. The sun's fading. So you can see on this one, it is a super long branch off of this, but it's all going sideways, and I need it to go back, and I think it's just quite long enough for me to be able to pin this back here. So how this works, you just take one and it just snaps together just like that. So now that's held together. Here's another sucker. Actually, I'll probably just cut both of those off. Typically, if there's, when I come to my tomato plants, I typically will, once we have fruit, everything from that fruit bearing area down all gets stripped off. And then as they grow, these are all non-determinants. So that means that these are going to just grow and grow and grow. If you have determinate tomatoes, they just grow to a certain size. The tomatoes will all ripe, plant's done. These will keep going and going and going as long as you feed them, they have the right weather, right sunlight, right temperatures, all those things, they'll just keep going. So these things will usually go up and over the trellis to the other side, same thing with the others. So we have to really keep these guys trimmed back, just like this. I may trim this out. I'm just trying to give some of these areas just different sunlight, and they'll just keep growing. Like I said, we've done this for a couple years now, and it's worked really, really well. Now, there are some people, they don't trim at all, and their tomato plants are great. In our setup, it just doesn't work for us. We really kind of need to be able to manage it, because once these things go full bloom, hardcore, middle of the summer, these things are just out of control all the time. And if you don't trim them back, it's just, you lose fruit, and it just, bugs get in there, it's just terrible. So our philosophy is trim, trim, trim. You want to get good airflow, keeps down some of the plant fungus and mold issues and those kind of things. It just helps that out. Well, at least we got some of our plants done tonight. As you can see, these are looking much, much better. But we're going to kind of roll some before and after footage here. And these things just look insane, right? And like I said, in a couple weeks, these are going to be growing out again. We're going to have to keep training them. And what we're looking for is just nice, even coverage all the way up. And by that point, it's so messed up there, you're just trying to keep them down. So follow along for more videos, guys. And from our homestead to yours, have a blessed day, and we'll catch you in the next video. Bye.